Y'all see she ain't never ready. you know.
I had to do something for him.
It is 11:32 and she ain't ready. Stop.
I had to do something for him because he wasn't ready. You gotta grab him by the neck. But yeah, can you put your knee in, please?
No, I don't like to do those things.
Okay. All right. So welcome to Love, Sex, and Marriage. And tonight is called Situationships.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situationship? I have. The purpose of all of our videos is to help people like marriage enough to get married and stay married. We want to encourage you to get married and stay married. That will be our purpose. I don't care if you've been divorced 100 times. Right. That will be our purpose. And because, life without love is moot at best. It's really kind of silly. You need somebody to talk to.
Right.
And you need somebody to be in love with. You need somebody to be in love with you despite how your breath smells. You need it. You need it. I've been in a couple of situationships. We had a conversation about, relationships that were, only beneficial. Oh, there you go. That's solid. That's an angle I like right there. But that were only beneficial for sex only. And so we call those, in my day, we called them, friends with benefits.
Or cuddy buddy.
Cuddy buddy. What that mean?
You cuddle with them at night. And it goes down afterwards.
What you mean? What goes down, babe?
Sex. Why that's all silly? Like you don't know.
I want because just in case somebody watch you who don't, you know what I mean?
That's what happens. They're called cuddy buddies. They're friends with benefits.
Pastor Swain says, "Please pray for my husband to come." Yes, we will.
Yes.
Legit.
Yes. I
got somebody for you too. He ain't got all his teeth, but he'll rub your feet every night. You feel me?
We'll keep you in prayer.
Dead serious. He might be a little overweight, but he will rub your feet and make your plate. That's the man for you. What you think?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
How do humans get in situationships?
Right.
Well, the way she said he gotta have teeth.
I feel you. That's why I agree with that one. Now you ain't gonna get everything you want, but teeth is kind of important because your face gets to drooping. And I mentioned in my old episodes about solids turning into liquids and liquids turning into gas. That's what happens when you don't have your teeth. Trust me. That's what I do. I'm a dental hygienist. Teeth are important.
Yeah. So yeah, teeth are, I guess, essential. But my man will rub your feet though and love you and make passionate love to you.
I'll get you a spa.
I don't know.
I'll get you a spa package.
I know a person who was
in a spa package.
This is somebody I know personally. This is somebody I know closely. They were not in a relationship at all, and they met somebody who was on Social Security. The person was up in age. You know what I mean? And so they felt like, I don't want that person. That person can't do nothing for me. I feel like you can't do nothing for you. You know what I mean? You got to lower your expectations, baby.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this person who I'm talking about is medically challenged and everything. I feel like you still think like that after all this, after all you going through. You still feel like that.
I do think you have to have a balance. I mean, you just don't want to pick up any old body. You don't want, Joe off the street, living off of the street. You just don't want anybody. You do have some type of.
But girls be having it all the way up here. That's how you live in a situationship, because your expectations is too high. And so all I'm coming over here doing is pretending to meet your needs.
Or they could be too low.
Banging you out.
Or they could be too low.
And I'm going to the crib.
Or they could be too low. Because sometimes people go after what they think.
There are instances like where a person just likes the other. Like one person likes the other person more than one.
Right.
You feel me? So if I like you more than you like me, you feel me? Then I might be willing to do more for you than you are for me. But you're going to get tired of that.
Right. Some people don't, though.
Hey, it's a marriage. And in the beginning, I could sense that between me and you. I could sense that Sharon really likes me. Like, she's on my jock. Like, but you got tired of that. You start feeling like, you got to have to start cleaning your own stuff up.
He called me every morning, guys. Every morning before I even woke up.
So?
Hey, what you doing? Are you coming over today?
You my boo. Like,
are you coming over today? So we were on each other. we loved each other.
But I liked the way you liked me.
Yeah, I mean, I did like you.
People bring different things out of you. And the way you liked me was so unique. Like, I felt like I was a basketball movie star and you was one of my fans. I like that. It's the reason why I called you.
He's a little dramatic.
It's the reason why I called you.
He took a dramatic pill this morning.
It's the reason why I called you. I called you because I felt like I was in a place in my life where I needed a fan.
Oh, okay.
And you was my fan. And it didn't care what nobody else thought. You was my fan.
Anywho.
Looking for my number one fan. I know she's somewhere in the stands. Let me see you waving your hand.
So sometimes you can find yourself in a situation.
Wave a little more if you can with my number.
Okay, good job. So sometimes you can find yourself in a situation when, sometimes you don't have enough confidence in yourself. And a lot of people, they might not admit it, but a lot of, especially women and even men, deal with self-esteem issues.
I think men deal with it differently.
Right, but it's still self-esteem issues. And so you take something less than what you deserve because you don't value yourself.
But you got to be careful when you say that, because when you say that, people start raising their expectations again. It's like, wait a minute, now we need to figure out. Now you only make $18,000 a year. You feel me?
Yes. So I mean,
watch.
Let's go into detail about that then. Okay. So what I'm talking about is, all right. So you're a beautiful young lady. I'm gonna use it from a woman's point of view, and you accept a guy who does not have a job and does not plan on getting a job.
Now come on.
And prefers for you to take care of him, and he lays on the couch. Now, there are certain situations where, yes, the woman might work and the guy might not work, but he's taking care of the kids, and he's doing other things to provide. Right, and maybe he have like a little side hustle. He's doing other things to provide. That's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone that's intentionally trying to take advantage of you. Like, they're not trying to help you at any way at all, and they're just there to take from you. They're like a leech. They're sucking you dry. Get away from them. You could do better by yourself. Truly.
I agree with that.
That's not the type of person you need. The person should be helping you. Now, you're going to go through situations where one of you guys might not have jobs, and one person might have to carry it. That's different. That's okay. Right. You know what I mean? That's temporarily. But I'm talking about that long term. Right. Like, I'm intentionally trying to, take advantage of you. But
ladies, the moment, like my bishop says, the moment that you went to McDonald's and he said, I think I left my wallet at my house. Could you pay for my lunch? He said, you missing the signs. You should have got out the car right then. Mm-hmm. Now, that didn't mean, now I got to preface my statement because I'm a big proponent of somebody being able to take you to McDonald's or somebody being able to take you to Wendy's or Denny's. Don't be the type of babe where you feel like, I can't do 2 for $20. You can't do 2 for $20. What is you talking about?
It's situational. So what we're saying is, like, when we first met, we did not have a lot of money. Neither one of us did. We were in college. You know what I mean? So that, once again, looking at the situation, we're, putting ourselves in a better situation for the future. So I see that he has potential. He's trying to do something. He's in college. He also has a daughter that he takes care of. So he does not have a lot of money. I understood that. So he didn't take me to McDonald's either. He took me to Denny's. But, you know what I mean? We got what we could afford when we went to Denny's. I didn't go in there trying to, break his pockets. Because I understand he's a young black man. He's trying to get on his feet. He's trying to take care of his daughter. You know what I mean? And I met him in a time in his life where he was, going through some things. So I understood that. He explained that to me. He wasn't trying to hide that from me. And I trust that he was going to be better because I saw the things that he was putting into play.
Right.
And that he's putting in applications. And
you got to keep it real with people. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? She said, I'm too old for that. McDonald's is not my destiny. I agree. Listen, the greater point that I was making was...
That's why it's a situational thing, too.
You got to be careful not to prejudge. Because I might take you, to McDonald's because I want to see how you act. You mean if you don't know where I live, you don't know where I work. What up, Sid? What up, Chris? Oh, what's up, Chris? He used to work with me at the warehouse. Yeah. So you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? I don't want you to think that McDonald's is beneath you, right? But I know women who feel like I'm not doing a 2 for $20. You ain't taking me on a 2 for $20. They got kids. What?
That's
You
why I
got so
said
many miles on you.
situational.
You better be happy somebody didn't take it to the gas station. You know what I mean? Get some gas, like.
It's situational. You gotta look at the situation. Like if the person maybe they're in a bad place in their life, and that's not forever. That's temporarily. And if you could come in and help them, you know what I mean? That might be your husband. Like when I came and I met my husband, he was in between.
I didn't have a job.
Right. He had.
I didn't have no license.
Right. He just got into a bad situation, and if I would have judged him just off of that solely, I would have missed out on an awesome husband. But,
hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey now.
But I also looked at other things. Like
Don't get pregnant now.
I looked at that he was in church. I knew who his bishop was, so I knew he was under good leadership. Mm-hmm. I also knew that we had mutual friends together, so they were able to vouch for him. So that's what I mean by, do your research. Don't just take one little piece. Do your full research on everything. So I was able to see how he was. I had family that went to school with him. So I went way back. I was like, how was he in school? was he bad? He running with Gregs? Or, what kind of person is he?
Gotta
run that background check.
We legit are happy and we love you too, family, for real.
Yes.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you for viewing. We appreciate that. Like legit, like we realize this is Facebook. You could be on watching any video you want to, but you choosing to be here. And we ain't taking that for granted, like legitimately. Like we always open this forum up. It's always open dialogue. It's not here to be a monologue. We here, you feel me? Chris says some ladies only worth two for 20. He finds a wife. That's what I'm saying.
You got that at Fridays, right?
If you telling me, listen. If you telling me, and we dating, I'm single, you single, we dating. That you ain't doing 2 for 20? Oh, you just ain't doing 2 for nothing then. You're not going to be with me. Because I only got $20 and we can build together.
That's what I'm saying.
Better than
you got to look at the whole picture. Look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
It's your first date. All right. We go in here. Is he paying? I think that most important is he paying? So for me, it wasn't so much the place. It was the matter of, is he paying for the meal? Because I think the man should typically pay for the first meal.
For the first one?
Yes.
I got some soup because, I was like, that's only $1.29.
I know she got soup, but I was
her
like...
meal 12, I got 20. She might have to pay for the movie. Like,
I'm thinking was I supposed to...
It was cool, though.
So I
put it in a doggy bag and left it in my kitchen. I banged it out. Like, man, I was broke.
But I did not order the whole menu. I wasn't like, I'd never been out to eat before. Like, let me get an appetizer. Let me get the lobster. I wasn't doing that.
You want the lobster at Denny's, man?
Just saying. Yeah. I wasn't trying to order the highest thing on the menu. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you can have all the flapjacks you want. Them unlimited for $5.99. Let her get them.
Right.
Bring all the syrup out you can. I'm trying to get her drunk. You know what I mean? He said, I'm trying to get married. Just don't know how to go about it because I yell out too much. What does that mean?
You yell when you're angry or just...
My temper's too crazy? Tell us, Juan. Is your temper too crazy? If you do have a temper, I have one too, Juan. And what I've done, I've realized, because mine came from, like I used to smoke a bunch of marijuana all the time. And so when I decided to stop, it was like, he was like, yeah, he basically got a temper.
Okay.
So yeah, I basically had withdrawals from that because that was my go-to. So when I decided to stop, and I'm not saying for you to stop or continue or whatever, but got to get out of control because in marriage in a long time, it's basically like being in the love cage with somebody, and you can't be the bear and the other person be the squirrel, and you continue wiping your butt on them. After a while, they're gonna go Tina Turner on you at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Ike got beat up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
get with somebody because everybody brings something
personality
different out of you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody when I was dating, this one girl might bring a romantic side out of me that I didn't even know I had it in me. Like, you know what I mean? I done bought flowers for babes. I done did everything because I didn't know I had it in me.
You probably need someone that's a little bit more, I don't want to say docile, but someone that's a little bit more...
Yeah, that will listen to you.
Their personality's more relaxed.
This one, do what I tell her to do. And if she didn't, my temper would be on 100. Like,
okay.
But my other people who I had in my life, they don't like to listen. Like,
not docile. Docile is
she don't
like they don't
that.
have a mind of their own.
Do what I say. Like,
I'm not talking about that they don't have a mind on their own, but they know how to talk to their man. They know how to talk to their husband so that you don't have to get your temper hopefully to that point. You know what I mean? So I think it goes for both ways. Like, you have to work on yourself, and then you have to get someone that's a little bit more their personality's more relaxed, and they want to serve you. They want to be your wife. Like, some women, they they're too strongly opinionated, and they have too much to say. They don't know when to be quiet. And so if you're with a man who has a temper, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be, you know what I mean?
You're going to be getting popped.
Yeah, that's not going to go good. So that's what I would recommend, Juan, is to find a young lady that's a little bit more, that knows how to treat their husband, that knows how to be silent sometimes,
Keep it real. Now, this is the reason why I married Sharon, because she don't these ain't just words, she mean this. And I think one of the characteristics, and I heard this from my comedian friend, of a wife is people used to ask him all the time, what do you think is a good characteristic of a wife? He used to be like, saying all the shadow stuff like, be a good cook and, can manage the kids, manage the finances. But he's like, as I got older, I started saying more stuff like, I think a good wife really is this, a person who has the ability to look stupid, not be stupid, but look stupid. And, and when y'all get behind closed doors, she'll let you know what it is. You know what I mean? So Sharon definitely has that ability. Even on these, like, a lot of my comedy, the average girl would be like, we not doing these no more. Like, I'm doing here. But she got the ability to look stupid sometimes, and not all the time, but not actually be stupid.
Right.
You feel me? Like, when I say, you do what I say, she be like, you get that off now. When we get in the room, I'll be like, please, man, may I have some more? You know what I mean? Because that's just the way it is. Like, and that's what gives us our little je ne sais quoi. That's what they say, the little, the little chemistry.
Right. And then also, this is for Juan, also find something that when you are angry, you can like release your energy out on.
I smoke cigars, like.
Or he does boxing. He has a boxing in the garage. 100
pounds this year.
He does boxing. When I get angry, I like to
eat donuts. I'm about to show him the donuts, babe.
Yeah, I like to eat. Like, I was like, if I'm angry, I go in my car and I drive. People like, where are you? He be calling me. Where are you? Leave me alone. I'm in the restaurant eating. I'm eating.
By himself, banging some donuts out. Like,
right, or some Olive Garden or something.
97 pounds. House, right?
Right. So everyone's is different. I know that sounds crazy, but that's mine. It relaxes me. It keeps me from going crazy. So everybody's is different. So.
Videos will be always to help people get married and stay married. We want your advice, because we're not the only person up here giving advice, because we only been married for like 10 years. We don't know everything. We don't know everything. We don't want to pretend like we know everything.
It's a learning experience.
If we learn from each other. And actually, these video vlogs have helped our marriage, our actual marriage.
Right.
It's the time when we get to unwind and spend time with each other. And, and number one, I don't keep no secrets from my wife. I come home and tell her, baby, guess what? I just got fired. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing I don't tell you. Everything on, and then, because I know you love me, she might be like, God, this is stupid. Like, you know what I mean? But she be feeling like, at the end of the day, we ain't like we ain't got the money. We be all right. You know what I mean? And just go from there. Like,
I know everybody be hating on Donald Trump, but one thing Donald Trump said was he went bankrupt. And when he went bankrupt, he had lost everything. He went down to zero. But he said, you know what? We know how to get rich again. We know how to make money again.
We know how to make money.
And that's how, like, you got to take life sometimes. Like, you know how to get another job. You know how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I created
know how to fill out applications.
Out of nothing.
Right.
I didn't have no truck, nothing.
So sometimes, some things, like, you think about it before you start arguing about it. Like, think about it. Like, is this something you could overcome? You could overcome this in an hour. As long as you're willing to get back out there and get on your grind. As long as you're willing. If you're not willing, then that's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
But if
and
you're
not
willing,
with, that's not your husband.
No.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, then that's one argument you shouldn't have.
Yeah, because it's like you're the only person I got to rely on emotionally, and if I come home into chaos, I'm gonna be looking. It's the countdown to when I'm gonna be in somebody else's drawers.
And I think we talked about in our episode of how to talk to your spouse.
You gotta learn when.
Watch what you say. Yeah. So you could, sometimes you don't have to say anything. Like, if your spouse lost their job, and this is just using an example, if they lost their job, like, they already feel bad when they come home. Like, so you saying something is gonna, like, that's not gonna go good.
Yeah.
You talk about somebody ready to snap. They already know that. So just give them their space.
Right.
Give them their space. Some people like to be, cuddled.
Cook them some food.
Yeah. Make them feel.
Now, if it's the 19th job they lost, like me, then you ain't gonna be like, everywhere you go,
maybe it's you. Maybe it's you.
But maybe you
need to look at some entrepreneur.
Maybe you're an entrepreneur, baby. Yeah. You want a job where people can't keep doing this to you. If you're gonna be with this person till they're 90, you want a job where people can't keep doing this to you, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad I started Lucas Lawns. Nobody can fire me from that.
Right.
You can't fire me, like, you know what I mean? So that's just the way it is.
Everybody has. When you get married, you're gonna have a challenge. Everyone has a challenge they go through in their marriage.
Written in the story for you already.
Your challenge may be your spouse can't keep a job. Your challenge may be your spouse is using drugs. Challenge may be your spouse has temper problems. Everybody deals with different stuff.
Stanky underarms.
Some people have financial problems, gambling addictions,
bad breath.
Yeah.
Crusty.
A lot of stuff.
The bottom of your feet be crusty, like unshaven legs. It's little stuff. Somebody else might feel like, oh, that ain't a big deal, but it's not the storm that destroys the tree. It's the termites. That's open your mouth while you chewing. That little crazy stuff. Like, that little stuff in marriage, it could be the difference between us getting a divorce or me giving you this D. Legit.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's
different, but like I always say, know who you are. And so that way, when you meet someone, you can tell them what you like and what you don't like up front. And if they don't want to sign a contract, keep on moving.
Right. He said, I just have a temper problem.
We was referring to you.
I might have read that wrong. Well, that's all I got. I just got a little temper, Bam! What? Like, I'm playing too much. But like I said, certain babes can be like, I have been the victim of, abuse. Like, I've been on both sides of it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so I've been. But when I say abuse, I mean there are some girls who will, your mouth is a sword.
Oh yeah.
And though it might not make me bleed externally, internally
you're hemorrhaging.
I am about to die. You feel me?
Right.
That's abuse.
Right.
You feel me? And so now when
verbal abuse.
Listen, when I act crazy with my hands based upon the way you talking, how can you be mad at that?
So let's talk about that a little bit, because you don't talk about verbal abuse. We talk about physical abuse.
It's just as damaging.
Your eye blackened, but you could talk about my mama.
Amen.
And you could do everything else, and that's okay.
The Bible runs the world. I don't care how you feel about it. And all that is words.
Right.
It runs the world.
Words are powerful.
Work.
You know how they say like words don't hurt you? That's a lie.
They work.
Words is more powerful than a punch.
Words work.
Right.
Now, you might not go to jail for words. You feel me?
Sometimes you do.
Listen, right.
If you live in our neck of the woods.
What I'm saying, a babe going ham on you, somebody feel like,
right.
You could have just took it, you a big man. No, y'all don't understand. Because it's not the big stuff that destroys the relationship.
Right.
It'd be that the tiny foxes that eat the vines.
Right.
Legitimately. So, first of all, somebody hitting on me is one of my outs in marriage. So if that's happening to you, then you must don't know about me. And then you allowing somebody else to stick their donut in your coffee. Mm-hmm. I don't care how attracted you found to them.
Right.
You must don't know about me. I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, she'll be here in a minute.
Baby.
We're not playing with this because it's serious, right?
Right.
But if you are, I've smacked a couple babes, and they've all deserved it. They've all deserved it.
Me.
No, not you.
Ain't smacked
but
me.
I've been through that so that I wouldn't have to go through that.
Right.
You feel me? With my wife, but I smacked a couple babes. With this part of my hand, I never did this to a babe, but this right here has been red. You know what I mean? And this part right here, I'm talking about round of applause because some babes bring that out of you. Get away from them. As quick, I don't care if they get 17 of your kids, get away from them because you're going to be, and you be in a place internally where you feel like, I ain't cool with me no more. And then you don't want to be a place where it's like, you know what I mean, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, you know what I mean? Get away from them. Like you,
right.
somebody else will see you for who you is. Like, and a lot of times for men, if it just ain't the babe, it's the external circumstances. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, poverty makes it so I can't feed my kids.
Right.
So the fact that I can't feed my kids, I'm lashing out. You know what I mean? I would say, you know, talk to somebody. Like sometimes you need to legitimately seek counsel.
Right.
And then most times I always say it's a babe. Like I do not hit my wife at all, but I have smacked them.
If you're going through like,
I'm talking about kapaya.
We've been through some things in our life that we
I ain't
haven't
ashamed
even
because
started.
I'm through with that. Like
we've been through some things in our life that we haven't even started to even talk about. That with anyone else probably would have went crazy.
Right.
So you definitely have to seek counsel. Something dramatic happens to you in your life, or traumatic, happens to you in your life. You want to seek counsel. Don't try to go through it by yourself. It's hard. Most people can't go through it by themselves, especially if you already know that, you know, you have a temper or you're the type of person who don't handle situations well or pressure well. Go seek a counselor. Get up underneath someone. That's okay.
David, for me to seek a counselor, I can't talk to somebody who pretending to be perfect. Because I'm not a perfect dude.
Right.
So you might not have done what I've done, but you got to let me see that you're a human. Like, if you don't let me see you're a human, I'm not coming. I'm not coming back. Like, but if you let me know that you are a legit human, like, oh, okay, but also I don't do that anymore. Like, this is how I got over it. Like, no, I've been smacking babes too. The only reason I stopped is because I feel like, you know, I got to the point where if this babe's scared of me, she don't love me no more. Like, and you can only get to that point by going through it. Like, I'm talking about going all the way through it and being like, you know what?
If someone was hitting on you, you feel the same way.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like, you know what? At this point in my life, I don't want to be this David no more. So I had to get up, like, and get away from that. And so now, you know, 9 years with my wife, no hitting whatsoever. Like, because I married the right person. Like, I got away from the wrong people and I married the right person. And so this person don't bring this out in me. Like, you know what I mean? And then my problem, another problem was to me too, is the type of babe that I was looking for. I always tell girls, like, you attracted to the same type of dude. Why you attracted to the same type of abuse? Like, the reason I'm attracted to that is because I don't find, like, I mistake boredom for peace. You know what I mean? When I'm peaceful, I feel like I'm bored. Like, oh, you a childish babe. Like, so you just start an argument out of nowhere. And then wonder why you on the floor. Like, you on the floor because I was just watching the game. I didn't do nothing to you. Like,
so I never make an excuse for
a man
violence.
and a woman. But
it's
I'm
never.
Hey,
you have to.
I'm not ashamed of it neither.
I know, but you have to deal with yourself because no matter who you're with, you need to have control over yourself. Yeah. We talk about control in our future videos. If you need to have control over yourself. But you the right kind of
babe, though.
Yes, but first you need to have control over yourself because if you don't have control over yourself, it doesn't matter who you get with. You could get with someone that's not the right kind of babe or the right kind of babe.
Get away from them.
And I'm just saying. Yes, it can make it worse, but if you don't have control over yourself, you're gonna be like that with everybody.
But you the type of babe that don't need smacking. It's
yes,
some babes
I understand
out here,
what you're saying.
I'm telling you,
but you
it's some
also
babes
got
out here
yourself together.
That's
too.
all they respond to.
You also got under leadership.
Get away from them. Like you probably don't even have a temper. You just around the wrong babes. Like your temper probably straight. Like if you and your dudes can vibe together and you ain't hitting them. Your temper probably cool. It's her. Get away from her. Like, for real. Like, that's how I feel. Like, legit. That's how I feel. Like, I'll never... Now, I've been 10 years without hitting a woman, but it be what it be. Like, you know what I mean? I am delivered. And I know a lot of girls out there feeling sad. You look like you sad. Like, you know, I apologize. But you're also not that type of babe. You're not the type of babe where a cat got a smack on you. Like,
I understand what you're saying. But you also gotta still deal with yourself too.
That's what I'm saying. Like because I went through it.
Right.
I went through it. Like I went all the way through it. Now I'm on this side and I feel like I'm not judging nobody. But I'm looking back at the old David saying, I'm glad I stopped. I'm glad I got away from that person. I'm glad I stopped being with that person. Because smacking the babe, man, sometimes you can smack a girl and be feeling like, why am I doing this? And you feel like, I feel like she wanted. Like this is what she desired. This is what she used to. And so a babe will all the way, like, be deserving it, like, for real, like,
No.
but just get away from them,
No.
like, get away from them.
No one deserves it.
Hey, it's some
You
babes.
leave before that happens.
It's
I
some
disagree.
babes that got it coming.
I disagree.
She got a baby by your dad. She got it coming. Like, she sleeping with your best friend. She got it coming.
Just
but what I say
walk
is,
away. It's not worth it.
just get away from her. Now, what ain't worth it, because, you know, sometimes you know, but what ain't worth it is when people feel like, or the consequence behind it. That's what ain't worth it. But some babes got it coming. Like,
So
I know some legit
our
babes
purpose
that got
for
it
this
coming.
video is to
Help people like and stay married. Now watch, because this gonna seem kind of hypocritical, but my 2 outs of marriage are you ain't gonna, listen,
Really?
you ain't gonna be hitting on me.
Really?
You ain't gonna be hitting on me.
But you could do the hit.
No, I ain't saying that. You know, I'm just saying like that's the old Dave. You know, you're not about to embarrass me. Like if somebody look at me like you ain't got control of your babe, oh, I'm about to smack this babe. Like you know, but you ain't gonna be hitting on me. You feel me? And you ain't gonna be cheating on me. Like that's just what it is.
Right.
I've been married to her faithfully. We've never hit each other. We've never cheated on each other. Like that's 2 things we don't do. Sharon also doesn't bring that out in people. Like she does. All the men that she's ever dated never hit her. You feel me? She said, no one deserves a goose, but God saved and delivered you. God bless you with a good wife. He did. And there are some people,
Thank you.
I know you disagree, because she certainly does too, who
Yes.
got it coming.
I disagree.
I know some girls.
On further record,
need
I
it?
disagree. I feel like if the young lady makes you that angry, you need to walk away.
Get away from them. I do
Right.
believe that.
Right, like you learned in kindergarten. You know what I mean? You just walk away.
Yeah.
Don't retaliate.
Right. Now, when I say abuse, I mean the babe wasn't bleeding or nothing like that. I just wanted to let her know, like, this, I'm not the one.
You're not making it better.
My bad.
Let it go.
Nobody deserves it.
Let
but
it go.
You a leaky faucet. I don't condone it, but I understand it. Like, I understand. Like, and what I say is also, if you in that situation and you not ready to like, you know, leave that person, keep that in your house. I promise you. You may not understand it, but if you ain't ready to call the authorities, not your cousin, not Ray Ray and them, the authorities and be like, you know, I'm done. Keep that in your house. Keep it in your house, because I might forgive you, but your mom, you feel me? She gonna, every time I'm at Thanksgiving, she gonna be like, I ain't serving that whole nothing. You don't want to be in that situation where she feel like,
Or she gonna serve you something, all right?
yeah,
She'll serve you something
with the special sauce in it. Like, nah.
I mean, especially for you.
I'm just saying, keep it in your crib.
Right.
If you ain't willing to tell somebody, you feel me? And there's 2 type of people that hitting on you. Like my man Medea said, there's a crazy person who you don't want to be nowhere. Like, no, that's what I'm talking about. Like, but then there's the average everyday Joe who's going to lunch, you know, and every time he see you like a leaky faucet. I feel like, hey, listen, look. You know, or you out here doing stuff like, I ain't gonna even tell y'all some of the stories that when I was single, like some of this stuff was like, how did you not smack her? Because I feel like now I got to get away from you. You know what I mean? Here she is laid up, like this babe laid up with another dude, and I'm being completely faithful. Like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? So I can understand definitely. So David is not condoning at all hitting a woman. So I don't want that to be like the underlying message. But what I am saying is a lot of times, because, you know, like the woman's movement is so big, men, we are made to feel so little, and you might not even be like a capital offense. Like that might not even be what you doing. Like, and so you might be the second guy. The second guy, all he want to do, you know what I mean, is just chill and you just tripping. So he might like just, you know, close his ears, and here you come with the left hook, and he be feeling like, oh, I done blocked 10 of them. Pow, go sit down. You feel me? Juan says, but I do a lot of verbal abuse though. But sometimes I get so mad. Now let me stop playing. Because a lot of times, you know, I play so much that people don't take me seriously. So I do want to be taken seriously right here. If there has to be something inside of you that you're ignoring, maybe it's a childhood issue. Maybe I didn't have my dad in my life. Maybe there's something that's going on. I didn't have my mom, which I think is more painful than not having your dad, really. So like there's something that, you know, has been ignored, and it whatever it is crying, trying to get out,
Right.
and you're ignoring it is causing it to be in a lot more rage. But also we're not there's no reciprocity there, like, you know what I mean? Like for me, the way I got out of mine's legit, because I used to be, I wouldn't call myself an abuser, but you know, I smack a baby in a minute. But the way I got out of that was I started looking inwardly. It wasn't anything externally, it was inwardly. Because what was I doing to make her a leaky faucet? You feel me? And so sometimes you just need to be by yourself. I spent 2 years by myself, and then I decided to join church. I went to choir. I was the greatest choir member that you would have ever known, whether it was singing soprano, alto, tenor, it didn't matter. I was going to do whatever. Like, you feel me? I was going to do whatever. But I didn't go to church, like, clean. I went dirty. I went as a person who didn't mind smacking a babe, and then I got a new mind inside of me.
That's
in
what
my
church
ending,
is for.
and it transformed me.
Right.
But it took like 2 years to get all of that. It was like pus inside of me.
Right.
It took all of it to get out, because, you know, I was so used to something that I was just a bitter person. So I couldn't even be in a relationship. It wasn't like I didn't like another person, or I didn't like want to talk to another girl. It was just I was in a time period where, you know,
You need to work on you.
I needed to work on me.
Right.
So I couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't. And then people, I tell them the story now, they be like, really? I'd be like, yeah, only God can make you feel like that. You feel me? Like, you smoke weed, how much? I mean, I smoke an ounce a week. Really? Like, the reason you saying that is because you feel like, how? Because my metamorphosis took 2 years.
Right.
You feel me? Now, that's being legit. Like, so that's just keeping it 100. Like, you know what I mean? So I will say keep away from people like that. But sometimes it'd be impossible, because it'd be the sex that keep you, or it'd be the situation. Like, you be in a situationship where, now this baby got 3 of my kids, so I gotta come over here.
Right.
And she don't mind giving up the putty, so I'm gonna still get in that, because I'm, you know. But all that's doing is this.
Bring somebody with you.
It's constantly
Bring your boy with you when you
in.
gotta go pick up your kids or whatever. You know what I
Feel
mean?
me?
It kind of.
I don't care how fine she is.
Just a step.
Because if she causing you to go ham like that,
Or to be a bad person.
it's another babe out here, and it's another dude out here
Right.
that will cherish you. And with one person sent to the landfill, the other person to dig up, brush off, and now everybody wants you. That's what happens. That's what happens, Sway. That's what happens. Like, so, purpose of these videos is to help people like marriage enough to get in or stay married. We want to encourage you to get married. We want to encourage you to first like yourself.
Right.
And if you're in a situationship, that's you. You know what I mean? That might be you. You might be deep in a situationship, and it be what it be. So, but Pastor Swain, you are definitely right. Abuse is not cool. So
No.
David just plays too much. But it ain't cool. It ain't cool. It just ain't cool. So, especially if you're legit being abused, but that verbal abuse ain't cool neither. Sometimes women and men want just, you know, attested to the fact that, you know, he can be verbally abusive, which I appreciate.
And that's what I said. That takes a lot.
Man, that's a real
to,
man.
You know,
like,
you're right.
That's
admit.
a real man who be like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, sometimes I be cussing them out. Like,
Right.
Hey, and we ain't nobody judging
Now,
you.
I
over
think
here.
like a lot of people actually struggle with verbal abuse. They might not admit it, but
Mm-hmm.
we all use our mouths to hurt people.
Right.
Sometimes,
Even
including myself.
ourselves.
Right, including me. I've used my mouth to make somebody feel bad. That's my specialty. I don't really like hit, but
Right.
I will say a couple of
She
low
say some
blows.
stuff, I be like,
I say some stuff
"Wrong."
that she thinking about months later. I'm like, that was so
Why did you
last
say that?
night. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not cute either. You know what I mean? That's not
that
cute,
work.
and it's something that I have to work on, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have to work on.
Get
what you
a
say.
Sharon Lucas. Get you your Sharon Lucas, not mine. But get you a Sharon Lucas, because I promise you, you know, everything will be all right in the end.
Right.
And don't go to somebody that's gonna judge you. Like if you feel like I can't say this to them, don't go to them. Don't listen to them. Don't talk to them, because they coming from a perspective like they perfect. Nigga, you ain't perfect. Like, keep it 100 trillion so we can actually get some work. Like, you know what I mean? Don says there is power in the tongue.
It is.
That's just completely true.
It is. You can use it for good things and to bless people, or you can use it to
curse people.
Right, curse
Right.
and hurt people. And I do not recommend the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are well over our time. When Tony would tell us to
Wrap it up.
yeah. So we do want you to understand that we appreciate you watching. We realize that you guys can be anywhere, especially this is Facebook. You can be watching any video. But the fact that you're here, we love you. We would like you to like our videos. We would like, we would like you to love our videos. We would like you to share our videos.
Yes.
And we would like you to turn on our notifications. Sharon is an affiliate of
bedroom candy. Now I was just sitting here thinking how I'm going to introduce this. 'Cause I always talk about the whips and the chains, but since we got to talking about this, we might not want to stay away from the whips and the chains.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, man. Thank you, family.
Yes, thank you. But they have all kind of stuff there. They have body essentials for you, different sprays, body butters, candles that you could put on your spouse and lick off.
Chocolate.
Yep, chocolate, handcuffs.
You painted it on, licked it off.
Blindfolds, all kind of kinky stuff. Whatever you into,
Whatever
they got
you
it.
want. Yeah, so until next time, of course, by nature, if we get big, marriage gets big. This is going to be the greatest year of me and Sharon's life because somebody just booked us. Can you believe that? So, can you believe somebody just booked us? So we're going to be booked, and we're going to check out the specificities that's going to come up. We're coming up with date night this year. We're coming up. I know it was an idea, and we're going to materialize it. And we're also going to
ebook.
Do an ebook
coming out.
Yep. But we just share because we want people to know the real. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to talk to nobody who don't want this section of me, this side of me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, no, you're the reason why I got stuck where I got stuck because I was so worried about your opinion of me that the cool people that would have helped me didn't help me because I appeared to be stuck up. So I want people to understand, it's the real. So until next time, we legit love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.